Hey, what's the crack? This is Oliver Keane with Oliver Keane Motion Design, and today I'm going to show you the power of masks inside of After Effects using the pen tool and just using masks in general. So first of all, we need to import something. I'm going to give you guys an image to mask, and I'm going to give you that, and you can basically use that to mask and play around with and so on. So I'm just going to open it up right here. So you can see here it's 2 butterfly PNG. We're just going to use this image because it's a good image to mask and play around with it and so on. I would recommend using this. I'm going to give this in the link below this video, or if you want to use another image, if you Google like butterfly or whatever you want, just bring it in, yourself. Use any image. You don't need to use the one I did. I'm just using this for the exercise to show you how to mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import this into After Effects. I'm just going to drag and drop it because this is just a simple PNG. So I'm just going to click it, left click, and just drag it straight into After Effects here. There we go, we have it right here. And what I'm going to do now is just right click. I'm going to click new comp from selection. So I'll make a composition from that image. I'm just going to click the transparency grid so I can see the background. This is a transparent PNG, so it's just easy to see. I'm going to zoom out a tiny bit from this. So if you press Control or Command minus or subtract on your keyboard, there you go. You can just zoom back. I'm just going to do 200% for now. So if you come over to this butterfly and if you left click on it right here, and see this little rectangle tool up here, if you double click that twice, left click twice, what that does is it generates a mask, see, inside your layer, so on this image. And what that does basically is put like a whole mask around your image, see, right now. But it still looks the same, it's just after around the container of the image, it's just basically added this mask. But you see the mask is yellow. You can change the color of your mask here as well if you come here. I like to set it to something like red so I can see it a bit easier, see here. So that's how you change the color of your mask. Right now, yeah, you can see the whole thing. But if I double click on, say, a corner, left click on the corner of my mask right here, it'll give me control points there. And if I just drag in the center, see, it'll start to mask my image, you see. So I'm starting to mask it out. But masks are so powerful, honestly. But this is just the basics of just showing you what a mask can do. You can just pull it around, yeah, see, you can see it's masking out our image, and our image is staying in the center. But I don't really want to do that right now. I'm just showing you if you double click on the corner, it'll just, and then if you come to the center, it'll drag the whole thing as one. So if I press Command or Control Z and press it again until it goes back to normal. So that's if you double click on the corner. But if I click down here in this space down here and come back to my mask, and if you press your little arrow up here, your selection tool, or press V on your keyboard, and if you just drag, click and drag outside here and highlight these two points here, you can actually just do it by the points as well. So see, you can just like mask it from here and these points move. So you can basically press Control Z again, and if you just highlight one corner, so this one here, you can just do that corner. See, so basically it works really easily. It kind of works like the masking tool and inside of masking tool inside of Photoshop in a way. So if you press Control Z again, but what I want to do is get rid of this mask again, because this is how to do a general mask around it. I'm just going to delete it because I don't really need it. Just click on it here, the masks, and press delete. Your mask is gone, so your mask is no longer there. You click on your image here and come up here to the rectangle tool, see right here, and just click and drag. They'll mask half that out as well, see? So masks are like really good and really easy to use. As you can see, masks this out really easy, but you can animate masks as well. So say if you wanted in your timeline this mask had to like move over, if you add a keyframe in here and then go over a small bit and then just highlight with the selection tool two sides right here, so these two points, and if you hold down shift and then drag as well at the same time, it'll just snap. It's really nice. And now if I just play that back, it'll start masking out. So if I press the spacebar, see, it'll mask out my area for me, see? So you can actually animate masks really easy, and it's nice to know, But also, like, say if we come to halfway of our animation here, you also have like mask expansion as well, see? You can expand your mask like this as well. So like if you want to animate your mask, you can expand it really easily. And if I press Command Z to go back, also you can add some feathering to your masks as well. So if you come over here to mask feather, if you like just drag this, you can actually feather out your edge and having it as a straight edge. You can actually feather out your mask, so when that animates across, you see you have a nice feather, see? So it's really handy to do that, you can just feather out your masks and so on. But like you can animate that feathering mask. You can animate basically anything in these masks. You can even the expansion, you could animate that if you wanted to as well. So it'd be a nice like transition coming on. But masks are really useful, honestly. Like I'm going to delete this one because I don't need this one again, and I'm just going to make another one because I basically what I want to do is half this image. So if I go here and if I double click on the rectangle tool again, okay? And then comes your mask. You can change the color, like I said before, to whatever you want. I'm just going to go pink so I can see it. And if you drop it down here, come back to your selection tool, and then drag these two, left click and drag these 2 points here. And if you turn on your, see right here, your title action safe, you can see where the center point is in your composition. So it's really handy to know, because then you can drag straight to the center. If you press Command or Control R, you basically can bring your rulers up. And what I'm going to do right now is, I'm going to put back on my transparency grid, see here, and I'm actually going to change the color of my composition. So composition settings, and I'm just going to come here and just change the background color so I can see what's going on. I'm just going to give it a nice little like teal blue, and if you press OK, so I can just see what's going on. So click on your mask here again, and what I'm going to do is click these 2 points right here. I get my 2 points here and drag. Then if you press shift, it'll snap, so it's good. So I'm just going to get my center point right here. I'm going to half this butterfly, see, right there, and let go. And you can see right now I've half this butterfly. That's great, you know, now I'm after masking half a butterfly. But say if you wanted to say this butterfly to flap or something like that, what you could do is, see here, you have add and subtract and invert. See here, if I press invert on this, it'll invert my selection or my mask. And then you can also do that by doing, so it says add and subtract. It's really good to know these things, because then you can duplicate this layer right now. That's what I'm going to show you right now. So if I come here and if I press Command D, and this now is basically a copy of the one below. So if you come here to your image and collapse the arrows here, and then if you collapse the masks and collapse it again, and see where it says here, it says add, turn this one to subtract. See, so then you're going to get your butterfly back. See, so you have it. And turn off right now my title action safe. You can see there's a line in the middle of mine, but you need to clean up your mask sometimes, you know. It's like or even like, see this one, if I move it over one, oh sorry, if I move over two the other way, back again, you're not going to notice that line, do you know what I mean? You can line it up yourself, and you could animate then, do you know, these guys, the positions, say the left and right one. So say this one starts there, and then at 10 it goes off screen, and then same with this one, you know, this goes off the screen. But see there, you're just taking one image and you're basically making an animation from it, you know, opening up. See, and just drag out these two keyframes, and see, you can just do that really quickly. But see, that's the power of using masks. You know, you could take one image and you can add one mask to it and then just invert it, and then basically you can just use one asset the whole time, then using multiple assets, importing like a ton of assets like right and left wing or anything like that. If you use masks, it's really handy that way. So that's just showing you really quickly how to use a mask, like masking half an image or so on. But masks are so amazing, honestly. I'm going to show you more about that right now. So I'm going to delete the bottom one because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to delete all these position keyframes because I don't need that either. Pressing backspace, and press M for mother. You can find your mask again and delete your mask, and you'll get back your image. See, and like my image went a tiny bit off center, I think, right now. But if you come up here to the line and press this one here, it'll bring it back to center, and press this one as well and it'll bring it back. The line panel is really good for that, you know, lining stuff. So if right up here in the line, or you can find it up in window and the line. So if you click on that, it's really handy to know, because you can line up all your stuff to the center of composition. It's really great. So yeah, we got back our butterfly now again, but you can see there I showed you how to half this image, you know, but also how you can mask is you can use different ways of masking totally. So like, see up here, I was using the rectangle tool. You can actually use any of these shapes to mask as well. And also if you come up here and use the pen tool, so actually if you click on an image like this and start clicking the pen tool, that's going to start masking. So I'm going to zoom into this image a bit. So if you press Command plus, it'll zoom into it, or Control plus, it'll zoom in. So if I say click here on this butterfly and I don't want this section, so if I come over here and I click and drag, left click and drag, and if you pull out, you'll get these little handles, see? And then if I come back here, come back to this section and click and drag, see? And if I click again, it'll end my mask, you see? So if I go invert, see, it'll end up removing that area. But you can see my mask now is not 100% perfect. So if you click on this point here, and if you hold Control or Command and come up to one of these little points and drag back, you can actually fix your mask really easy by one of these control handles, see, right there. So there you go, and it did go. You can actually remove, you know, one of these sections if you wanted, you know, by masking. But like, if you want that mask to, you know, go away or come back there. My mask isn't 100% clean, as you can see, but this is just a quick tutorial showing you know, the power of it. You can clean that up yourself. So yeah, if you press invert, but also if you come back in here and go, you know, your expansion, you can bring it in and out, see? So like say like I wanted to bring it in a bit more, you can actually expand it in, and then if you go invert, see? So you can actually do some cool things, see? So you actually can mask this on and off just from that little section, see? By using the expansion. But also if you feather it as well, see, remember we're talking about feathers? This is really good if you want to take an image and like, you know, add a tiny bit of like say feathering to it, or the background color and so on. It's a really nice thing to do, see, and you can feather that on that way, see? So you can actually make a transition from a mask as well if you wanted to, you know? So that's the power of masks. Masks are just so good inside of After Effects because you can use them for pretty much anything, and you can do multiple masks as well inside of one layer. So if I go Command Z on this, Command Z until it goes back to its normal expansion. I'm just going to go on back. There you go. And let's go invert again. Yeah, you can add more masks. So if I click back on this, you can add a ton of masks, you know what I mean, to the same layer. So if I mask here, this like corner here with the rectangle tool, and see down here it has add. If I go subtract, see, then there's another mask on it. And then if you come back up again, up to a circle, and click and drag. Oh, sorry, you have to click on the layer, click and drag, and see nothing will happen because I haven't done it subtract yet. So if I go subtract, see, so there you go, you have like multiple different masks, you know, and you can do the same thing with these. You can feather them, you can feather that one if I wanted to. I can do a mask expansion with this one, see, and you can do the opacity as well if you want to just turn it off. So yeah, that's just like a few different ways of masking. It's really easy, and this is like a pretty quick tutorial, you know. I just wanted to show you the power of masks. So guys, in my next tutorial I'm going to show you how to video edit inside of After Effects. So see you guys in that tutorial, and have a nice day. Bye bye.